Following is an amateur contest in the lightweight division. We are scheduled for three-minute rounds. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, this man is making his debut and representing Revolution MMA, it's Tony Wood! And his opponent standing across the cage, fighting out of the blue corner, also making his debut and representing Scramble Academy Leeds, it's Blair!
Bout number 3 here at Almighty Fighting Championship 5, the O2 Academy here in Leeds. Tony Wood of Revolution MMA and Lewis Blair of Scramble Academy in Leeds, both fighters making their debut here this evening.
And here we go.
Lewis Blair, sort of the bigger of the two, longer, leaner, and
super athletic. I've had the pleasure of training with him.
Tony Wood, the shorter, stockier, more muscular man, or thicker man, should I say. But Blair doing the right things, choosing the sort of front kick just to keep the distance. Quite happy to move backwards as well as forwards.
Some speed in those kicks from Blair. But Wood closes the distance and gets clipped with a right hand.
Yeah, I was going to say, almost looked to be a good change of levels from Wood.
He's looking for an arm-in guillotine. Nah, I think he's just holding on here, but
Blair throwing the sort of right, clipped him behind the ear, but Blair doing the right thing there. He sort of would jump for the, well, like you say, it was more of a half-arse guillotine, if you like, but great fight etiquette from Blair to carry his opponent over into his own corner to work under the guidance of his cornerman, who you can see giving very sort of straightforward advice directly into the ear of Blair.
That's it. And that's off-putting for his opponent as well, you know, because his opponent's thinking, what do I do, what do I do?
Right, yeah, he's...
If he lets go with his legs, he could go for like 100% sweep, but, you know, he's gone back to his feet. He's got Blair in a bit of a tricky position right now. Blair needs to maybe drop for that double, or, you know, get his head out of there.
That sort of overhook around the head and the arm from Wood is just sort of... It's just keeping Blair tied up at the moment. Now, if I was Blair, maybe step off with a right hip, throw the knee. Well, can't now. Well, he's back in the position now to possibly do it with the right, just towards the thigh. Just give Wood a bit of something to think about it. But his head's out now.
It. And look at the strength of Blair just there. No, just pure athleticism from this guy. I don't think there's an ounce fat on his body.
No, very lean, very muscular.
Just pinning his man up against the cage. And
he's got lat wings at the back.
He does, doesn't he?
Wood at the minute just quite content to sort of go cross-face and sort of punch the the right-hand side of the body of Blair. Short right uppercut from Wood.
Oh, and Blair's a little wobbly.
Yeah, I was going to say, he backed off there, looked a little bit loose on his feet. I'm not sure if Wood sort of clocked that he'd hurt him there.
Yeah, Wood's coming forward with a bit more purpose now, a little bit more confidence. It's just not a lot of head movement. Maybe Blair can capitalise on that coming in again. But he gets clipped. Wood lands a beauty.
Yeah, I was going to say, Blair's dropping the left hand. He's sort of flicking it forward and lifting it up and down, just trying to, don't know if he's testing the range, but when Blair throws, he seems to, sorry, not Blair, when Wood throws, he seems to hurt. So I was going to say, maybe look for that looping right hook, something like that could spell damage for Blair, but...
I see, and it's first fight nerves as well. Once you get in there, it's a different world.
Absolutely. It's a very different environment to the gym.
Yeah, and it either makes or breaks someone, you know. You either realise, yeah, this is what I want to do, or you think, right, how do I get out of here, you know, and... you know, obviously adrenaline dumps. I remember my first time, it was a scary experience, but loved every minute of it. And, you know, maybe this second round, they'll just come in a little bit more calm.
Trying to just think back to when you had your first fight. Was it probably in the days of black and white television?
It was Cage Conflict 3.
Geez, you're going back some years there then.
Yeah, I remember the guy as well, Sam Papa Roach.
But you're, gosh, that's a name long forgotten. But yeah, you're absolutely right with the debut fighters. It can make or break you. I mean, you'll hear a lot of coaches, regardless of whether their fighters win or lose, generally it will be along the lines of you've got 3 rounds in the books, you know what I mean, under your belt.
Oh yeah, it's all experience.
That's what they want. So it's all well and good if you come out and you're knocking guys out in 10 seconds, but you're not necessarily learning anything in terms of the actual fight environment. But we go with the second round, and Wood looking to unleash hell. But again,
gone for that weird clinch position again, but
it does work for him.
It forces Blair to carry his weight, and this is tiring Blair out.
Yeah, he's looking to snap Blair down, but Blair just sort of a little bit too big and strong. Culmination of both just allows him to remain on his feet as Wood tries to ragdoll him, but Blair's sort of got the body lock as well, despite his own head being in a precarious position.
That's just the range, you know. He's got lat wings, he's got, you know, a wingspan that goes for days. So, and he comes back with a body lock himself.
So now he's got his man against the cage. He's got a body lock. He'll look to maybe trip his opponent, get into top position just in his own corner. But Wood doing Wood's doing all the right things, just shifting his weight, looking to sort of turn the position. But he did only momentarily as Blair looked to drop them for a single, but gives it up.
I would really like to see Blair.
Now the guillotine's on.
Oh.
Wood looking for it. Jumps guard. It looks deep prior to him getting the hooks in. He is pulling on that. You can see his grimace.
He is.
And Blair looks okay from our angle, but Wood is pulling on that. He's let it go. I was going to say it looked more like a sort of variation of it. It was going to have a short guillotine, sort of wrist under the throat. But Blair now on top.
Yeah, it's kind of difficult to see from our position.
One's a good right hand.
Oh, Blair is teeing off. And I was just about to say, Wood's the one with
a good right hand from Wood. We've got a fight, a huge right hand.
Fight right now.
And Blair looks to initiate the clinch. Wood should stand up here, and he is. He's pulled off to throw some shots.
That's it. But he's just making his man carry that weight, and Wood is fighting the smart fight right now. He's inside on a bigger man, and he's making him pay.
Yeah, I was going to say I'd probably do my best to push your hips back to break that grip, which he's now done. If I'm Woods, I'd step off here. Don't try and ragdoll the bigger opponent. Push off, step back, and go back to where you're having the success, which is ultimately on the feet.
Yeah, if you want to play a more tactical game, just let him carry your weight for a little bit, you know, and tire him out, and then look for the kill. You're not wasting any energy by being on his back.
And amazingly, as we said, he gets himself to within the range of the bigger fighter, but it's because ultimately he's not bothered about taking a dig.
And now Blair is in mount. And we've seen this guy's speed and athleticism. He is teeing off.
A sort of mad 5-6 seconds towards the end there. Wood sort of looking for it's almost like a suicide takedown. It was either going to work or it wasn't. It didn't on that occasion. Blair drops into mount and ends the round strong. Was it too late for Blair?
Oh, I don't know. I just want to look at this one from a fan's point of view. Like, keep going, guys. It's a close one to call. They both had, you know, really good moments in those rounds. And
just looking in the corner of Blair, his cornerman sort of pushing his nose into the ether. Does that technique kind of help you get oxygen in? Someone pushes your nose up to open the airways. Does that work?
I have no idea. I mean, Liam Khan, he's he's a well-respected kind of coach and cornerman in the jiu-jitsu game, so I know he knows what he's doing. But
wearing a cracking t-shirt, I quite like that.
Yeah, beautiful, eh? You know, the new owner of the or the new head coach of the Scramble Academy that's opening in Leeds.
Yeah, new gym, lots of new fighters you'll probably see coming across this promotion over the next few events. Here we go for round number 3. Tony Wood of Revolution MMA and Lewis Blair from the Scramble Academy in Leeds.
Wood looks like he's hunting him right now. Blair looks a little bit tired.
Now, this is what I wanted to see from Blair. Not Blair. Wood in the last round, just stepping off. Not rushing the distance, looking for the opportunity, good leg kick. I think if he fires one of them right hands straight down the pipe and it lands home, we could see the sort of tide change early doors in this round. sort of lie heavily in favour of Wood.
Yeah, he has rocked him a couple of times. You know, I'm still on the fence. I don't want to call it, but he's winning the striking exchanges here.
Yeah, Blair just sort of not as... he's not moving as much as he did earlier on in the fight. His jaw's hanging, he's breathing heavy.
He's picking his man off right now, he's Wood. Blair needs to get those hands up.
He's cutting the cage down. Blair is getting closer and closer to the actual cage wall. And I'd expect to see Wood make his move any moment now, be it striking or if he shoots for the single.
I think he's waiting for Blair to commit on a shot. He knows it's going to come a little... Whoa, beautiful.
I was going to say, I don't know if Blair is going to commit to the shot, but he looks for the takedown. He's got the single.
He's a tricky customer, is Wood, against the cage, you know.
Yeah, he's refusing to go down. And now he's looking to set his base and sprawl out. Can he break the grip of Blair? What goes crossface momentarily there, landing some good right hands.
And he slipped that hand in for the chin strap. He's looking for a guillotine. Maybe looking to just soften Blair up a little bit.
And again, the momentum shifts to Wood. Just short knees, chopping knees to the thigh of Blair.
The story of this fight so far is how Wood has managed to kind of, you know, keep his energy and tire Blair out by just making him carry him.
Yeah, the fight has well and truly been fought within the range, which sort of looking from the sort of opening moments of round one that Blair would sort of keep the range, try and pick off his opponent with a few single shots before looking at combinations, but I don't know if Wood has spoilt the game plan of Blair. He's now looking for a guillotine once more. So pushed his hips through.
It's kind of looking like it'd be difficult to set in. You're looking for a short choke there more than anything.
Yeah, moving to the final 10 seconds of this fight. A very grueling fight for two debut fighters, but a very entertaining one nonetheless.
And they're going to feel that tomorrow, Chris.
Yeah. And rightfully, the crowd here at the O2 Academy give them both a cheer, because we will go to our judges' scorecards. Our unofficial scorecards, Dan, probably does lean in the favour of our man in the red corner, Tony Wood.
Those first two rounds, though, were close to call.
Yeah.
Depends what the judges see on the day, right? But for me, I think Wood did enough.
And this goes back to what I was saying before. Looking at that as a coach, you'd probably be just saying, well, you've got 3 hard rounds under your belt. Win or lose, it doesn't matter. It's all valuable experience, and we look forward to probably seeing these two on the next event, or at least on an almighty card in the future. But 3 rounds in the books. It will go to the judges' scorecards, and we will pass it in cage to our MC Lee Nicholson for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please show your appreciation for our fighters this afternoon? And so, after 3 bruising rounds, we head to the judges' scorecards, where we have a unanimous decision for your winner in the red corner, Tony Wood. And your continued appreciation, please, for Lewis Blair.